endorsements. The first endorsement we're going to discuss in detail is the STEM endorsement. I want you to keep in mind that we're going to be talking about some particular courses that you can take if you're interested in the STEM endorsement. Now, you may not know all the course description of these particular courses, but I do want to let you know that the course description booklet for the high school is located on the internet on the CFISD website. If you refer to page 2 in your workbook, you can see the instructions of how to get to the course description booklet. I've also posted a link to this course description booklet on my school website. So if you know how to get to your teacher's website pages, you can do the same thing to get to my website, and I have these links posted on there as well. As we start moving in and choosing particular courses, we're going to make sure that every classroom has copies of the course description booklet so that you can look at the course description so that you can make sure you choose the best possible choices. So, moving on to the STEM endorsement. And remember, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. So, the lesson outcomes for today is number 1, we need to know what is the STEM endorsement. So we've already covered what STEM stands for. And number 2, what are the 5 options that you can choose to graduate with a STEM endorsement? And there you see here, STEM again stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Some lingo to know. The 3 words that I want you to make sure that you are aware of are data, which just means information. Sometimes it's working with numbers, sometimes it's just working with research information or data that you've collected. Regardless, that means must. So if you have to do something regardless, then you have to do it no matter what. And CTE. In high school, they often refer to these as CATE. So as you can see, the C stands for career, the T stands for technology and education courses. So that's CATE. So this endorsement, and I'm on the top of the page 7 in your workbook, this endorsement includes courses directly related to science, technology, including computer science, engineering, and advanced mathematics. You would choose this endorsement if you have an interest or if you plan to study or pursue a career in some of the following areas. And I'm going to list some of those areas of study that are following along in your booklet. Possible career areas for science would be if you are going into the medical or dental field, marine biology, environmental science, forensic science, and physics. Some of the advanced science courses that are available if you're interested in getting that, so you can get that 4th science credit. You can take biology, chemistry, physics, environmental science. There's aquatic science, forensic science, earth and space, anatomy and physiology, engineering design, and problem solving. So remember, forensic science has to do with, like CSI, when you watch those movies and those crime movies where they're trying to solve and checking out the scene and things like that. That's where the forensic science class comes in. Aquatic, having anything to do with water, earth and space, engineering, if you want to go into engineering design, and the problem science class. You can talk to your science teachers if you have any particular questions about some of these courses. So put a mark by it or highlight it. These books are yours to take notes and mark in. Some of the technology courses, possible career areas would be if you're going into computer programming or want to be a computer analyst, or even if you want to be a software engineer. Some of the courses that you can take in high school would be computer programming, which is a K-level course, AP computer science, advanced computer science, which is also a K-level course, and then there's a computer science course called Problems and Solutions, which is a K-level course. Remember, for all K-level courses that there is a grade requirement for you to go into these courses, and you also have to maintain a certain grade average in order to remain in that K-level course. If you're going to take AP courses in high school, remember that an AP course is supposed to prepare you to take the advanced placement test in high school so that if you get a certain score on that test, you can use that to get college credit. Some possible careers in the engineering part of STEM. There's civil engineers, chemical engineers, petroleum engineers, which deal with the oil, biomedical, mechanical, and electrical engineers. I've got a couple of friends who are electrical engineers, and they work for the Boeing airplane company, and they design a lot of the music opportunities and movies that you get to see on the airplane. So that's a good engineering area to go into. Some of the courses that you can take in high school for engineering would be Concepts of Engineering, which a lot of you took in 7th grade, but it is still offered in high school if you didn't get the chance. Engineering Design and Presentation, Advanced Engineering, Electronics and Robotics, Problems and Solutions in Technology Education. The last part of STEM is the math section. Some possible career areas in math would be a data analyst. You can be a university professor. I know some of your math teachers are university and college professors. And you can also go into research development. Some courses available in high school would be pre-calculus, calculus AP. You can take the AB section or the BC section. Statistics AP, AQR, which is a K-level course, and that stands for Advanced Quantitative Reasoning, Advanced Algebra, and also College Algebra. The K-level course is available in high school. So something that's very important for you to note, and you might want to put a star by this on page 7 in your booklet where it says note, all STEM endorsements, if you choose STEM as your endorsement, you have to take the following courses. You have to take Algebra 2, Chemistry, and Physics, in addition to the courses that are outlined in the specific option that you choose. And we're going to go over those specific options. We have 5 different options that you can choose from. So let's talk about those now. The first option for STEM is the computer science option. For these things, you must take 3 computer science courses. That includes, you can choose between computer programming K-level, computer science AP, advanced computer science K-level, or computer science problems and solutions. So you can choose any 3 of those 4 that are listed. In option 2, career and technology education. So if you are going into the engineering portion of STEM, you must earn 4 CATE credits. So 4 career technology education credits by taking at least 2 courses in the same cluster that leads to a final course in the STEM cluster. At least one of these courses must be an advanced level. That means it's a 3rd year or higher course in that particular sequence. And we will go over, when we start working on choosing these classes, we will kind of go into detail of how you're going to be able to choose these courses. Options 3 and 4 are for math and science. If you're going to choose the math option, then you need to have 5 credits, Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2, and at least 2 courses for which Algebra 2 is a prerequisite. So 2 additional math courses. And we are now on page 8 in your work booklet, so you can follow along. The 4th option is for science. Again, you have to have 5 credits. You definitely have to take biology, chemistry, and physics. And you must have 2 additional courses from the 4th science course list. And there is a list that you can choose from, and we will go over those lists when it comes time to choose the particular courses. So don't worry. If you're interested in either of these options, please feel free to put a star by it or mark your page somehow so you can refer to it later. The last option in STEM is a combination. So maybe you're not interested in just one of those four options that we discussed. Maybe you want to do a little bit of each of them. And so for that one, you must take Algebra 2, Chemistry, and Physics, include a fourth Math and a fourth Science, which is listed on your requirements, and you need to have 3 more credits from no more than 2 of the following areas. So 3 more credits from some CATE classes from the STEM engineering section, computer science, or math or science. That is the combination option. So let's review. The STEM endorsement must include what 3 courses regardless of the option chosen? What are the 5 options available for the STEM endorsement? And who might choose this endorsement and why? Students, at this time, please take about 5 minutes to answer these questions, and then we'll review them together as a group once we've finished. Okay, so now everyone should be able to share my screen. Right now, I am logged on to the Career Cruising website. Students, as you remember, when we logged on to Career Cruising the first time, under username, you put in your username with the CF and then your student ID number, and your password was your birthday. You can log into that at any time using those credentials. If your parents want to log into the Career Cruising website and you just want to search around without putting in your specific username and password, the school username for Career Cruising is Hamilton, and the password is our zip code, 77429. So that's what I've done as I've logged into the Career Cruising website. And I want to go in so you can kind of learn about the different career options. So let's look at some of the engineering careers that they might have available. So I clicked on the careers tab here. And here there's a tab for the 16 career clusters. And we've been talking about STEM, so I'm going to scroll down to where it says Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math and click there. And it starts to go into an overview of what STEM is, and we've talked a little bit about that. There's a link here for related careers. Here you can change the level of education. So if I uncheck high school, because we all want to go to either a 2-year college or a 4-year college, and then I can start scrolling down and looking at the different careers. So let me go with aerospace engineer. So an aerospace engineer is someone who may work at NASA or deal with aircraft, rockets, satellites, and other air or space equipment. If I click on this specific engineer, then it pulls up a screen about everything that I need to know about being an aerospace engineer. It says that aerospace engineers design, build, and test aircraft, spacecraft, and missiles. I can click here and it will give me a specific job description. And some of you may remember doing this when you were working on Career Cruising a couple of weeks ago. It also tells me about the specific working conditions that I can expect if I were to become an aerospace engineer. If I click earnings, it'll tell me how much money I can get paid depending on my level of experience. As you can see, the median salary for an aerospace engineer in the United States is about $104,000 a year. And that's pretty large. So maybe I need to rethink being a counselor. Then you can also click about education. And it tells you what kind of some of classes that you can take as a high school student if you wanted to receive a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering and things like that. A sample career path of an aerospace engineer. So at the beginning level, moving on to level 2, and moving on down to making the big bucks as a director of engineering. And then there's also some other related careers that you may be interested in if that's something that you'd like to do. If I click on the Education tab here at the top, I can go ahead and click on View Different Colleges in the country. based on where I live. And I can also go to this tab that says majors. And if I choose any of these types of engineering, say if I choose physical sciences and engineering, I can choose on the specific major that I want to major in, say civil engineering. And I'll go to general civil engineering. And then it will tell me where some of the colleges are located in the state of Texas where I can study this particular major. If you want to update that, you can click on a specific state if you're looking for a particular state, and it'll update that for you and show you all of these things. And then you can click on the specific college, and then it'll tell you all about that college. So the Career Cruising website gives you a plethora of information. It even has updated school information, their school website, phone number. It talks about admissions, how big their faculty is, how many students may be enrolled in their campus currently. And you can see all the types of degrees that they offer and how much it costs. So that's good information to know as you're looking into that and looking for scholarships and things of that nature. So that's all about how to use Career Cruising to explore some of your career interests. So students, at this time, if you have any notes that you want to jot down, feel free to go ahead and do that now. Anything that you want to remember for later before we move on to the next section. You should have also already answered the reflection questions about are you interested in the STEM endorsement and why or why not?